somebody to actually listen to the important parts of what I'm trying to say. So that was, I think that is a big disconnect between men and women. Men compartmentalize a lot. Women don't. We're just throwing out these, a constant verbalization of what we're thinking, and it probably annoys men to no end.
But
what?
why is the compartmentalization order and why is the not compartmentalization chaos? It's just because it is from your perspective that because I can keep it in and lock it down, that's order, and because they can't why is
definitionally the case? Yes.
Definitionally, but being able to hold back something isn't necessarily order.
Yeah, it is.
No, being able to hold, no. Hold on a second. Making a dam in a river isn't like the order of how things should have been, right? The river
not how it should, but the dam is an imposition of order. Yes.
Right. Over what you would consider, God or nature.
Yeah.
And in that case, that it's trying to take a position that it's not supposed to.
Right.
Hold.
Like order is not
because in this case it would be chaos. Because it would be going against that, which means it's not order.
No, that's not true. It's just too orderly. It's just tyrannical and overly restrictive. And
yeah.
So there's not just an order and a chaos. You're talking about a gradient of order.
There's 4 characters. You have good order, the good king. You have bad order, which is like the tyrant. You have good chaos, which is the providing mother, nature, and then you have bad chaos, which is the devouring mother, which is Maleficent, which is that thing. You have 4 characters. You have the good and bad sides of order and chaos, the good and bad sides of the masculine.
Be the tool of somebody like...
Well, when you're talking about truths that aren't scientific truths, I don't know, and in that category of stuff, I don't know how you could get more deep and real than the patterns that have consistently emerged across the entire canon of all human storytelling. Like, what stays consistent throughout there? As long as we're not talking about scientific truths, I don't know what's more true than that.
Well, storytelling, in this case, you're talking about storytelling, telling literal stories, which is super cool, but we've got the story of Gilgamesh from forever ago that we can remember, right?
Yeah.
That's an old fucking story, and that's portrayed its way through and even created essentially the heroes hero type, the hero storyline.
Archetype. Yeah,
the hero's archetype. That essentially created that, and that's even pervasive in writing and shit nowadays. Now and stuff today, because it's one of the primary writing.
There's something to it.
No disagreement in this case, but that's because in this case, we only have a certain recyclable amount of stories because we only have, at the moment, a certain recyclable amount of experiences. But the thing is that we're starting to change that by introducing more shit.
I think that the more shit allows you to put more and more variations and interesting variations upon.
And I think eventually enough variations change something.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
No. That's just how it works. Enough variations in a thing changes it.
Right, but things like the hero's archetype, things like that, those 4 characters, maybe they're consistent and maybe they speak to us so well because they actually reflect something in reality, something about the.
But what I want to, bring up is you mentioned the archetype, the hero archetype.
Yeah, just general narrative archetypes. But the hero archetype is what we're talking about. I like the 4 characters as well.
You say it as though it perhaps reflects reality, was a sentence that you used.
I do think this, yes.
And that, fair enough, that is a possibility. I think that archetypes are created by humans, and I think without humans, they don't exist independently of us. We create these archetypes because they're useful and they're practical.
Right. And this is my point, though, right? Because if they're useful to the extent that we've had them in our stories for over 2,000 years, they remain useful over thousands of years. They remain useful over hundreds of different cultural contexts and circumstances. They remain useful. That, to me, implies that there's something about the nature of reality. This is what science does, by the way. It's basically the same process. Does this continue to work? Does this thing continue to be true by the fact it continues to work when we're changing out all of these other variables? Does it still work?
Sure.
And the answer is yes, it's true. I think
And I would
survival archetypes is a similar thing.
I would epistemologically agree with you that the truth is.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that clip from my call-in show, The War of Ideas. If you did, drop a like and please consider subscribing. If you want to watch the full episode or see any of my other episodes, click the link down below in the description. If you didn't like it, tell me why. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Our show is named what it is for a reason. If you're interested in seeing some other types of content or exploring the broader Pangburn universe that I'm a part of, click one of the buttons floating around my head here. And as always, I hope to see you all out there engaging in the War of Ideas.